Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to lose your friends for just around $10. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, I'm not here to question that at all. I'm just here to help facilitate you actually doing that. So I'm not judging you, that you clicked on this video and that you're watching it and that you want to lose your friends for $10. I don't want to know the circumstance on why you want to do that. I just want to give you this deck that can help. And the commander that can help you lose your friends might be an unexpected one with Endrixar Master Breeder, a 2/2 human wizard for 5 mana in mono black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create X 1/1 black throw creature tokens where X that spell's mana value. Whenever you control 7 or more thralls, you sacrifice Endrixar Master Breeder. So, yeah, I mean, this commander is pretty straightforward typically for most players. You get Endrixar out, you play creature spells, you make thralls. Maybe you've got ways to sacrifice them for value or whatnot. But yeah, you just make an army of thralls and you're like, cool, I'm taking over the game with this. But we're going to be doing something a little bit different because Endrixar is one of the very few commanders out there with a very specific line of text. I mean, thralls is very specific, but whenever you have control 7 or more, you have to sacrifice it. And whenever blank, blank, blank sacrifice this creature isn't that common of a line of text, especially on commanders. And because of that, well, there's a very, very strange and annoying thing that we can do that can most definitely help you lose your friends. Now, if you are wanting to lose your friends, again, make sure you check out that deck list link in the description below. That being said, though, I'm going to be helping you do so right now by teaching you how this works and how it's going to help you lose your friends. And to do that, we've got to talk about the golden pig of this deck, which is the #1 card of the 99, and the only one that really does what this does, specifically, Assault Suit. An equipment for 4 mana, and it has equip 3. Equip creature gets +2/+2, has haste, and can't attack you or planeswalkers you control, and can't be sacrificed. Now, it also says at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of equip creature till turn. If you do untap it, that's cool. That's nice. It's like, hey, pass around the table, swing at everyone. Yay! That's not what this is about. The thing that matters on this card, literally, you can take off every single other thing on this card. The only thing that really matters is literally can't be sacrificed. They could just say equip creature can't be sacrificed, and we'd still say this is the golden pig. That's all we care about. Because this provides a little bit of a problem with the way that Magic works. Because again, Assault Suit says, hey, Endrixar, you can't be sacrificed. And Endrixar says, well, if I've got 7 or more thralls in play, I've got to be sacrificed. So, both things can't be true at the same time. So the game just ends in a draw. The game literally ends because it creates a loop that we cannot stop. It says, I need to be sacrificed. You can't be sacrificed. I need to be sacrificed. You can't be sacrificed. And we can't stop the loop. So because of that, yeah, the game just ends. Nobody wins. And that is a way to say to your opponents, I don't care about any of our time here. I am saying, you know what? We sat down to play Commander and to determine a winner, and we didn't do that because I played this really janky deck where all I wanted to do was to get Assault Suit on Endrixar Master Breeder, get 7 thralls in play, and say, whoopsies, I'm sorry, the game is over. Oh no. I'm sorry, opponents, that just happened to happen, and oh, I didn't realize it was gonna happen. Oh, I hope we don't lose our friendship over this. No, just kidding, I did intentionally. So yes, Assault Suit, definitely in my opinion, the golden pig of the deck, of course, because that's how we get the game to draw and how we get to lose our friends. So, with that in mind, tactic number 2, go get it. We need to actually go tutor that out and get it in play and attach to our commander, of course. So, we're going to be doing that with maybe Demonic Bargain. This is another thing that can annoy your friends as well. Exile the top 13 cards of your library, then search your library for a card, put that card in your hand, then shuffle for 3 mana. So, yeah, this is an incredibly, well-costed tutor that might just ruin our entire plan. So, maybe not doing anything the entire game, then you're just like, oh, okay, well, I accidentally exiled my Assault Suit. Whoops. Well, next time. Yeah, so this is a card that, again, though, for most times, 3 mana, this will get you Assault Suit. Most times, again, you say you have 85 cards or whatever in your deck when you cast this. Cool. Only 13 of those can't be Assault Suit, and hopefully they're not. But, if it is, it is. That being said, a great tutor. Next up, Creation of Avacyn, another 3-mana potential tutor. Search life for a card, exile face down, then shuffle. The second is turn the exile card face up. It's a creature card, you lose life with its mana value. The third is you may put exile card on the battlefield if it's a creature. If you don't, put it in your hand. Yeah, this is another one where this one kind of tells your opponents what's going to be happening because they're going to be like, oh, there's an assault suit. I wonder what that's for. Oh, no. So they might see it ahead of time, and if they can't stop you, quite fun for you, but again, a little risky, which is kind of fun. Next up, Dimir Houseguard. This one has transmute for 1 black, so you can discard it and go get any card out of your deck that costs 4, which of course includes assault suit. So yeah, it is a great uncounterable tutor, essentially. Yeah, there's like a few things that could like counter if like you like stifle the effect, but still like you can't counter it because it's an ability. That being said, it also is a great sacrifice outlet, which we'll get to in a little bit. Sacrifice a creature, regenerate it. Sacrifice outlets are huge for this because we need to keep our thrall population in check until we don't. We need to basically keep them at 6 or lower because we don't want to, well, have to sacrifice our commander until we want the assault suit on it. And then we want to sacrifice but not sacrifice it. You get it? Moving on, Grim Servant. 3-2 with Menace, enters the battlefield, search life for a card, mana value less than or equal to your devotion to black. Reopen your hand, then shuffle, you lose 3 life. Yeah, assault suit costs 4, so that's not very hard at all to get our devotion to black to be 4. Next up, Coveted Prize, basically search life for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Cost 1 less for each creature in your party, which is nice, but still, regardless, go get that card out of your deck. Next up, Final Parting. Get 2 cards. 1 goes in your hand, 1 goes in your graveyard. Illicit Shipment. We can get 2 cards, actually, if we casualty 3, sacrifice a creature power 3 or greater. And yeah, so get that twice, but if not, yeah, just a tutor for 5. And there's Razkest Right, again, a tutor for 5, or you can cycle away for a single mana. Again, all we need to do, though, is get Assault Suit, get into play, get it suited up, and then get a creature. So we kind of need some mana that we'll talk about here in a bit. We kind of need a lot of mana, which we will. We will do that. But first, we got another important thing to talk about. Because, like I mentioned with Dimir Houseguard, yeah, we need a way to control our thrall population. We don't want to be sacrificing Endrixar until we want to not sacrifice it with Assault Suit on. So, there you go. So, Viscera is an incredible one, a 1/1 Vampire Wizard for 1 mana. Sacrifice a creature, scry 1. Absolutely incredible because, well, this helps us dig down into our deck, of course, because, well, we're playing creatures. We get thralls, cool. But also, again, we can sacrifice creatures as soon as we want to, whenever we want to, for free. Freeling sacrifice creatures is incredible because we keep our thrall population in check. Next up, Bloodthroat Vampire, 1/1 Vampire for 2 mana, sacrifice creature +2/+2 until end turn. This can also be a good like deterrent for attacks too, because like if you got like 4 or 5 thralls in play, your opponent's like, I'm going to attack you, and you're like, okay, well, I've got my vampire that can become absolutely massive out of nowhere. Cool. But also, sure, if you want to hit opponents with it, sure, go for it. Just like seem like you're a threat until you assault suit, draw the game. Next up, Dark Privilege. Crypt creature is +1/+1. Sacrifice creature, generate equip creature. Enchant creature, I should say. So being able to put this on Endrixar can be a great to protect it as well. It'd also be a free sacrifice outlet for us. Dross Hopper. Sacrifice creature gains flying until end turn. Again, it doesn't matter if you're giving it like flying, then flying again, and flying again, and flying again. It does not matter. Again, the fact that it has flying multiple times doesn't matter. We can just keep sacrifice creatures to it though if we need to. Blood Baron, again, sacrifice +2/+2. Bloodflow Connoisseur, sacrifice, get a counter on it. So we can just perpetually build up this power. Again, the important thing with all these, though, is they are free sacrifice outlets. Sacrifice whenever you want, not limited to sorcery speed. Sacrifice whenever you want, and get some benefits out of them, too. Falling Rat Torturer, sacrifice it, against flying till end turn. If it was a human, which it's probably not going to be, it's going to be thralls, +1/+1 till end turn. Vampire Aristocrat, +2/+2. When we're sacrificing our creatures, Woe Strider, again, like Viscera here, sacrifice creatures, scry 1. We also get a little goat when it comes into play. Cool. You can also bring it back by escaping it too. Yahenni, one that's hard to deal with. Sacrifice creature, gains indestructible as a turn. We can also make this absolutely massive throughout the game. Creature opponent controls dies. You get a counter on this. It's also hasty, which is nice. Nim Shambler as well. +1/+0 for each artifact you control. Sacrifice creature generated. Again, another protected sacrifice outlet. Really what matters, again, is having one of these in place so we can control our thrall population, but we've got some other ones that aren't quite free but are very valuable too. So, next up, tactic number 4, Value Outlet. Again, we've got ones that we can sacrifice our thralls with to keep the population in check. It does cost mana to do so, but we've also got plenty of ways to make mana. We've got a 1/2 Dockside Chef for a single mana. Pay 1 a black, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw a card. So again, use our thralls to dig down into our deck to get to what we need. Assault Suit. Vampiric Rites. We can also pay 1 a black, sacrifice creature, gain 1 life, and draw a card on enchantment. That's quite nice. Calling Deus. Tap, sacrifice creature. So not repeatable in a single turn, but repeatable overall, essentially, throughout the game. Sacrifice creatures get charge counters on this. Pay 1, sacrifice it, draw cards for each card, counter on on it. Tarian's Journal, again, tap sacrifice artifact or creature, draw a card. So this one is a great repeatable one. Again, not a single turn, but still great card draw for us throughout the game. Sanguine Spy. Menace Lifelink, pay 1, sacrifice a creature, look top card of your library. You may put that card in your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. You may pay 2 life if you do draw a card. So again, card advantage and card selection out of this one as well. Skullport Merchant, again, pay 1 and a black sacrifice artifact, creature or treasure, I should say, draw a card, which is an artifact. Enters the battlefield, create treasure 2, which is quite nice. Valid Soothsayer, pay 2, sacrifice creature, draw a card. So a lot of ways to gain a lot of value from our thralls, on top of the value of drawing the game once we want to. Next up, though, even more ways to dig down into our deck with Price of Success, tactic number 5, Corrupted Conviction. Instant speed, 1 mana, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. Village Rites, literally the exact same thing. Yeah, they made a new card that is the exact same thing with the other one, actually. Village Rites is the original. Sign in Blood, draw 2, lose 2. Liliana's Standard Bearer, this one can draw us a ton of cards. Flash it in, enters the battlefield, draw X cards or X the number of creatures that died or controlled this turn. Again, being able to freely sacrifice our thralls is incredible. Like, oh, okay, cool, I got a lot of thralls in play. Sacrifice them. Great. Draw a lot of cards when this ETBs. Also make more thralls when this ETBs too. Or when it's cast. Read the Bones. Scry 2. Draw 2. Lose 2. It's not to love about that. Blood Tracker. Pay a single black mana. 2 life. Put a counter on this. When it leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each counter on it. Yeah, it can be a lot of cards drawn. And again, with a sacrifice outlet, we can sacrifice this whenever we want. Corpse Saga, same thing. When it dies, you draw X cards, lose X life for X the number of creature cards in start player's graveyard. That can be an absolutely ton. So for 4 mana, we can draw a lot. 1 life for 1 card is no big deal at all in Commander. And of course, life means nothing as long as we can get Assault Suit out there and draw the game anyways. Pitiless Carnage. Sacrifice any number of opponents you control, then draw that many cards. You can also plot this out, which is quite nice. So a mass sacrifice effect. Asmodeus the Archfiend. Dig down your deck in no time. If you draw a card, exile top card of your library face down instead. Pay black, draw 7 cards. Yeah, you can activate that a lot. Pay 8 black mana, return all cards, exile with it in his hand, then you lose that much life. So yeah, we can dig down into our deck quite quickly with this. And then also, Cathofed Soul Hoarder. Whenever a permanent owned by another player is put in a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card, lose 1 life. Yeah, that can hurt you a lot throughout the game, but also draw you an absurd amount of cards throughout the game. And again, with our sacrifice outlets or sacrifice effects, yeah, we can get rid of this when we actually need to. But now let's go on to tactic number 6, down and out, because we also have some ways, I mean, outside of all the other ways to mess with our opponents, including Assault Suit, but yeah, we can throw them off with Mind Slash, a great sacrifice outlet for us, enchantment for 3 mana, pay a black, sacrifice a creature, target opponent reveals their hand, choose a card from it, they discard that. Only sorcery speed, essentially, but still, yeah, sacrifice our thralls, discard your cards. They're not going to last too long with a hand, so we'll lose our friends even quicker potentially with this. Dregs of Sorrow. Again, we've got a lot of ways to make a lot of mana we'll get to in a little bit. X4 and a black sword, X target non-black creatures, draw X cards, a great way to wipe a board and also draw a ton of cards. Phyrexian Plague Lord, a great sacrifice out with some really cool art now. 4/4 Phyrexian Carrier, tap, sacrifice it. Target creature gets -4/-4 till end of turn, or sacrifice a creature, again, for free. Target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn, so a great way to keep our thralls in check and keep our opponents in check too. Decree of Pain, a great way to just wipe the slate clean, draw creatures that can't be regenerated. Also, draw a ton of cards off of this, or cycle it away. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn if you need to do that. But now let's go on to tactic number 7, Quick Friends, because we've got some mana dorks that can help us out too, which is great because, again, having more and more creatures in the deck is a great thing because we can play them, we can make thralls when we need to. Like, you know, when we've got Assault Suit ready. Hedron Crawler, tap for a colorless mana. Lettermere taps for a black mana. Mannequin taps for a colorless mana. Ornithopter taps for whatever we want, probably black mana. Burnished Heart, we can pay 3 and sacrifice to get 2 basics into play. Tap. Palladiumere taps for 2 colorless. Solemn Simulacrum enters the battlefield. Go get that land into play. Tapped. Also, hey, we've got ways to sacrifice this, of course. When it dies, draw a card as well. So yeah, a lot of creatures to help us out. But of course, we're not done with mana just yet. Yeah, we want to ramp some more so that we get things out quickly. We get things set up quickly. We go get that Assault Suit. We get into play. We attach it to our commander. We play a creature. We get more thralls into play. It's good to stay at like 6 thralls if you can, and then all of a sudden play 1 more creature and be like, oh, no, we drew. I'm sorry. Oh, no. And they're like, well, you have a sacrifice outlet there. You could just, you know, sacrifice creatures before. You could stop this. You could stop this from happening. No. We're drawing the game. Okay. All right, Loose, my friends, bye. Wayfarer's Bauble, pay 2 mana, tap, sacrifice it, and all of a sudden get a basic land to play tap. Lovely. Airflowing Chalice, very flexible mana rock, pay 2 taps for 1, 4 taps for 2, etc., etc. Arcade Signet, 2 taps for a black mana. Charcoal Diamond enters the battlefield, tap, taps for a black. Fractured Power Stone is battlefield untapped, taps for a colorless. Mind Stone does the exact same thing. We can also pay 1 to tap and sacrifice to draw a card. Prismatic Lens can tap for a colorless or can filter our mana. Iron Crag can tap for a colorless, also can turn into an equipment. Really want to with this deck? Probably not. Anyways, next up, Worn Power Stone. Basically a Soul Ring, but a little bit slower. 3 mana. Also enters battlefield tap, but still taps for 2. Very efficient, very effective. Hedron Archive taps for 2 for 4 mana. You can also sacrifice to draw some cards if you need to. Ichor Elixir, ignore everything on this card except for it costs 4, get tapped for 2 colorless. Sisay's Ring does the exact same thing. So does Urgolem's Eye, again, very efficient. And Dreamstone Hedron costs 6, taps for 3, can pay 3 and tap and sacrifice to draw 3 cards to dig down in your deck if you need to. But now as this deck is coming to a close, let me know your thoughts are on this one in the comments below. Again, lose your friends for around $10 or so. Yeah, Assault Suit Endrixar is quite spicy because, again, there's only so many commanders out there that, like, have, like, can't be sacrificed conditions, or can be sacrificed conditions that don't work with Assault Suit, and then you're like, oh no, oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I didn't realize what was happening. I meant to pass the commander around to everyone so they could enjoy Endrixar. Oh, but darn it. Shoot. Oh, no. I just happened to make some thralls. All right. You know what? Let's play this again, and I won't make the same mistake. And then you do it again. And then you really lose your friends because they're like, you meant to do that. You're like, no, I made the mistake again. Oh, no. We drew the game. No one won. Magic, right? Yeah, it's a weird deck, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you are interested in losing your friends, make sure you pick this deck up. Deck list link in the description below. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.